So are the Dolphins going to make a real run? No. No, they're not. What is up, Fins fans, and welcome to Fins Temporal Focus. If I've got any Ravens fans that has stopped by just to see what's being said about your beloved Baltimore Ravens, you are welcome as well. Thursday night. So I'm sorry this video has gotten to you a little late. It takes a little while for me to get injury reports and all the information that quickly because your boy is not computer friendly. So I got it as fast as I could, and this is what we are going to look like. And usually I go ahead and start with, you know what? Let's just start with the Ravens' injuries, okay? Here they are. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. The only thing they've really got offensive tackle, and he's a full participant today as I'm making this, tomorrow as you would be getting this, so it would have been yesterday. Ronnie Staley, the offensive tackle, he was having an ankle issue, but he's going to go. The Ravens, good. Everybody's come back for this game. Yay for the Dolphins. And then we move to Miami's injury report. Julian Hill out, ankle injury. Ashton Davis, quadricep, very doubtful. Chubb says he will go. In an interview that he did, he said he will go. It's a shoulder and a foot for him. Said it was mostly just a rest thing for it being such a short week. So Chubb should be good to go, even though he is listed as questionable. D. Eskridge, shoulder, also questionable. Jason Marshall Jr. He got a hammy, questionable. Ifatu Melifano, thumb, he should be good to go. He is listed as questionable, but he should be good to go. So quite a few injuries, and of course, still right side of the offensive line, IR. So here we are. Week 9, the Dolphins coming off a big win over the Atlanta Falcons. The Baltimore Ravens coming off a big win without Lamar Jackson against the Chicago Bears. And Lamar Jackson is back. A lot of people said that was what they were going by. It was going to be a short week, so they wanted him back. Of course, it being prime time, we want Lamar Jackson in the spotlight. Same old, same old. However, obviously, Ravens fans glad to see him on the field. We will take a look at what these two teams look like, and man, this one could be interesting. It is going to be in Miami. We look at Baltimore's defense and Miami's offense. You've got total offense. The Miami Dolphins are 24th with 286 yards a game. Baltimore 21st with 379. Yeah, 379 total yards. I had to do a double take on that. Wow, but their defense not looking good. Now, some of these numbers are going to be skewed because the Ravens have already been on a bye. The Dolphins have not. So some of these numbers are going to be uneven because you've got the Dolphins who have played 8 games, the Ravens that have played 7. So that's why some of this is going to sound kind of crazy. You got the Dolphins that are 22nd in passing with 187 per game. You've got the Ravens 23rd, 250 they're giving up per game. Rushing, the Dolphins are 20th with 98 yards. The Ravens 20th with 128 yards. Scoring, the Dolphins are 18th with 21 points a game. The Ravens 26th. They are giving up 30 points a game. I had to really double check because it was like, really? They're giving up 30 points a game? That just seems like so much. It just seems like a lot. I don't know. I almost want to double. I've already triple checked this thing, and I'm still thinking, really, they're giving up 30 points a game. That's a lot. Sacks, the Dolphins have given up 18 sacks on the season. That's good enough for 16th. The Ravens, they're 30th. They've only sacked the quarterback 9 times. Third down efficiency, the Dolphins 41.2. That is 9th in the NFL. The Ravens defense 28th with 44.3% on third down. Fourth downs, the Dolphins are 7 of 13 for the year. The Ravens defense have given up 11 first downs on fourth down in 15 attempts. And then you have turnovers. The Dolphins in the giveaway category 27th. They have 12 total giveaways, 10 interceptions by the illustrious Tua Tagovailoa, and 2 fumbles, one of also which was Tua Tagovailoa. And then the Ravens are 30th. They have only taken the ball away 4 times, 2 picks, 2 fumbles. So the Ravens defense, not great. Not great. So maybe Miami's offense can have a little bit of luck. On the other side, you flip it around. You've got Baltimore's offense, Miami's defense. Total yards. Whew. Now, you got to remember, again, some of this is skewered. You got to remember the Ravens have played 1 less game than Miami. And you also have to look at, they have not had Lamar Jackson for 3 to 4 weeks. And you got to think that all of these offensive numbers would have been higher if he had have played, and he is back. So total yards for the Ravens, they're 26th, 315 a game against the Dolphins, 26th, 344 a game. Passing, the Ravens 31st in passing, 182 yards per game. The Dolphins are 16th against the pass, 199 yards a game. Rushing, of course, the Ravens are going to be top 10, or would be if Lamar had been playing, but they are 11th in rushing, 133 yards a game. The Miami Dolphins defense is 29th, so they have come up. That Atlanta Falcons game did help them there. They were dead last. They're 29th now with 145 yards per game. Scoring, the Ravens are 16th with 24 points. The Dolphins are 27th, giving up 26 a game. Sacks, the Dolphins are 22nd. They have sacked the quarterback 15 times. And the Baltimore Ravens, 24th. They have given up 22 sacks on the season. Third down conversions, the Miami Dolphins 27th, 43.2. The Baltimore Ravens 11th, right behind Miami, with 40.5 third down conversions. Fourth down, the Miami Dolphins have given up 10 out of 13 attempts on fourth down. The Ravens have went for it 13 times. They have only made it 5. So at least on fourth down, they haven't been great. But then again, the Dolphins have been horrible. Turnovers, the Dolphins taken the ball away 7 times, 1 interception, 6 fumbles. That is good enough for 20th in the league. And right there with them, the Baltimore Ravens offense is also 20th in the league. They have given up 10 5 interceptions and 5 fumbles, so dead even there for them. So that is what we are looking at, ladies and gentlemen, in this game. Uh, you know, I know there's some Dolphins fans that are upset about the win last week. All I can say to you guys is, oh well. I enjoyed it, and I think everyone should have enjoyed it. You're not going to get a lot of these, and this is one of those weeks. Now, that game surprised me. Obviously, I did not pick the Dolphins to win. I said in the post-game video that, hats off to them, because nobody picked the Dolphins to beat the Atlanta Falcons, and including yours truly. I did not. And I said in that video, I will not be picking them against the Ravens, and I'm going to hold to that. They have got to be consistent and show me that they know how to win. And last week's game was a great game. And you did that against a top 5, top 2 defense, really. So here come the Ravens. Now, their defense is very suspect at best. They do not look good defensively, which is weird to say for a Baltimore Ravens team. You always think they're just another one of those North teams. You think of the Steelers, you think of the Ravens, you think defense. They're right up there. Well, even the Bears is like, you think a lot of these teams, Vikings, you just hear the name and you think defense, And the Ravens is one of those teams. You just automatically think defense. This is not your daddy's Ravens defense. They do not look good. So if the Dolphins have a shot at this, it really looks like a game where the first defense that breaks, doesn't break, the first defense that holds is the one that's got the shot in this. I'm not giving Miami much of a chance just because there's too much talent, I think, on the offensive side of the ball for the Baltimore Ravens. Just too much. You've got Lamar Jackson, which we'll see, he may be a little rusty. I could actually see Miami even going into the half tied, or maybe even, let's just say, they might have a lead at halftime. We know Mike McDaniel does not make adjustments whatsoever, and if he does adjust, it seems like it is always the opposite of what it needs to be adjusted. Like, if something's working, then all of a sudden he's like, hey, let's try those screens that we didn't do much in the first half, and we've got a so-and-so lead, so let's work on some of those screens. I don't know. It just seems like that has been the Achilles heel for that man. Just I've got to prove I'm right. And I think it could be one of those games. I think it could be tied. I think the Dolphins maybe even lead going into half. And I think it's the second half is where we're going to lose it. Lamar will get his bearings a little bit, because I think, he's going to be a little bit rusty coming back after 4 weeks, Who knows what he can do on the hammy. That's what his injury was. So, obviously, he's going to probably be a little tentative on that until he gets a little warmed up. And then I think it's lights out after that. I think the second half is what's going to tell the story. If this Dolphin defense can withstand the pressure of Lamar and James. I said James. I don't know why I said James. I meant Henry. I'm thinking of basketball, apparently. I don't think this is going to be fixed. I don't think anybody's going to be fired. I think this is going to be your typical Miami Dolphins in prime time debacle, I think it's not going to be close. That's my take on it. I hope I'm wrong 2 weeks in a row. I'd love to be wrong 2 weeks in a row. But I think it is going to be a blowout, but I think it's going to be a late blowout. I think Miami will be there in that first half. I really do. But I think the second half is just going to be a complete debacle. But we'll see how it goes. The Ravens defense has played better the last couple of games that they've played. The Dolphins obviously played better last week against Atlanta, which Atlanta did have some injuries. Baltimore does not, apparently. Apparently everybody and their brother is playing in this game. So we will see how it goes. It's a simple, we got to try and do the same things that we did against Atlanta. You got to run the ball. I'm hoping to see more of that sixth offensive lineman. I thought that was a great idea. Of course, the Ravens well, it's a short week, so maybe they haven't had a chance to prepare for it. Maybe it's a perfect time to stay with that. And that's the thing. Will Mike McDaniel stay with what's working? Because it worked last week. Give it a shot of before you start your little screens and, all your swing passes again and throwing the ball 40 times a game for no reason. You done a good job last week. The whole team done a good job last week. So stay with it. Is this I don't think we have a shot really at this thing. But again, it's like I said in the post video against the Falcons. That's why they play the game. They've got to prove us wrong, and they've got to keep proving us wrong until we go, okay, maybe they got something here. The playoffs aren't going to happen. But give us something. Give us something that says you've got some pride. You've got some guts. And I think that's what the next 2 to 3 games are going to be. And I know a lot of people are saying, hey, we're going to run off and, we've got the Bills after this game, on a long week. And then we play Washington. Of course, that's in Spain. And then we have our bye. We come out of our bye and we've got the Jets and we've got the Saints. We can be right back in this. No, you can't. And if they do, then your boy will come on here and completely apologize to everybody who thought that. I just don't think nobody thinks that. I really don't. But, that's what I want to see out of the guys. I want to see, you just got to go into this game doing the same things you did in Atlanta. You've got to attack the ball. You've got to run the ball. Attempts, not success, attempts. So bring in that sixth offensive lineman, run the ball. Run the ball and attack the ball. Don't dance with the ball carrier. Don't try to box him out. It's not basketball, although apparently I thought it was because apparently I'm thinking of LeBron James, who I'm not even a fan of. Figure that one out. I think it was just the King thing that I was saying, King Henry, and I accidentally said King James. So to Baltimore fans, I apologize. I completely apologize for that. That's insane. I can't believe I did that. But Ravens fans, if you're out there, tell me what you think. I know you're excited to get Lamar back. Just let me know, what you guys think, and do you think you can turn it around? You guys are in the same boat as we are right now. You think you can turn it around and end up making the playoffs and making some type of run? Dolphins fans, we don't know what that's like because it just doesn't work for us. We just do not have it. And like I said, I can't pick this team until they prove that they can do this consistently. That they can do what they did against the Falcons consistently. We do have some injuries. but at least all our main guys are going to be there. Hopefully, some guys will step up. Of course, Hill being out, still waiting for that other receiver to really step up. Devon Achan has done a great job of coming out of the backfield. That's really been our biggest thing, and since Darren Waller went out, that's all we've got. Malik Washington has played well, though. Malik Washington has played well. He's not been outstanding, but he's played well. Just needs to step it up a little more. I think everybody's going to have to step it up a little more in this game. You got to leave it on the field. But guys, enjoy the game. I will say tonight, as I'm recording on Wednesday, but this will not come out until Thursday. So hopefully, have a good game. That's the big thing for me right now. I think it'll be a good first half. Best I can do. I think it'll be a good first half, and I think the Ravens start pulling away in that third quarter until the fourth quarter doesn't matter. That's what I believe is going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. But guys, leave a comment, make good decisions, and fins up for the future.